Good evening. I'm Chris Bury.
And I'm Barbara Pinto. Tonight, we take a closer look at a growing problem on Chicago's southeast side. Giant piles of refinery waste creating clouds of potentially dangerous dust.
It's called petroleum coke or pet coke, a byproduct of refineries converting Canadian tar sands into oil. Tons of it are piling up along the Calumet River, waiting to be shipped overseas.
Windy days make it tough to breathe in some places as wind whips the dust into dark black clouds and makes life miserable for neighbors.
Look at all that. And up here, oh hell.
55-year-old Peter Cerniak lives life with the windows closed, even covered in plastic, but the thick black dust still finds its way inside. His little house on Chicago's southeast side sits right across the street from the KCBX terminal, owned by Coke Carbon, and across the river from Beamster-Bohr Slag, two companies storing massive piles of pet coke along the Calumet River. Most of it comes from BP's Whiting, Indiana refinery. From his front window, Peter watches the parade of trucks hauling in more every day.
A lot of trucks. 50, 100.
He wonders what this is doing to his health and already relies on oxygen to breathe. Peter has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, the result of a lifetime working in steel mills and living near the site where coal was once stored and now pet coke.
Because I got to breathe this stuff every day. I mean, every day.
Maria Rosas and her family live next door. Their home is also covered with thick black soot, and she relies on a machine to help her breathe at night. Maria says her entire family suffers from asthma and allergies and blames the giant piles of pet coke nearby. When the wind blows, she says the sky turns black and thick with dust. Worried neighbors packed a town hall meeting last week.
Ladies and gentlemen, your human rights, your civil rights are being violated, and you better get angry.
Residents worry about exposure to what they describe as constant pollution.
I mean, that's like in the summertime. My kids couldn't go swimming. The pool was black.
Not only that, it was like literally on us too, on our skin, on our clothes. We can't even taste it.
Because I have a girl that's asthmatic, really high on asthmatic, and it's just getting her breathing is bad with all that dirt piling up. We can't even open the back windows.
Also at the meeting, 10th Ward Alderman John Pope, who represents the southeast side.
The only way you get action is to take formal action. Document it, call up, fill out the sheets. Let's try to get some of the legislation changed.
Alderman Pope says he's working with the Illinois Attorney General's office and the State Environmental Protection Agency, which this week cited Beamster-Bohr Slag Company for violating air pollution limits in handling pet coke.
Folks are not that willing to put up with health problems and the dirt and grime and pollution around here as they once were.
Tom Shepard is with the Southeast Environmental Task Force. He says companies stockpiling pet coke have done little to control the dust, aside from occasionally spraying the piles with water. He and other area residents want the pet coke operations moved out of the neighborhood or contained in indoor storage areas. Beamster-Bohr Slag Company did not respond to our request for comment. In a written statement, KCBX said they've handled pet coke at this location for more than 20 years, and they are in the final stages of constructing more than $10 million in upgrades, including improvements to the dust suppression capabilities. KCBX also said they put a priority on regulatory compliance and managing operations in a manner that protects the health and safety of the employees, the community, and the environment. But from his living room filled with black dust and the rattle of passing trucks bringing in more pet coke, Peter Cerniak is not convinced much will change.
If they're making tons of money, they could care less, in my opinion.